Okay, good evening, everyone. Sorry, for the past few days, I was pretty busy for my other things and also marking about 20 over script. I think all of you, thanks for submissions of your SS paper. I also past few days, I was not well sick for past few days, so I did not have the time to mark your paper. Apologize, but I believe by this Sunday, next Sunday, you'll be able to get back your paper. So Mei only left you. Do you want me to pass you the social study paper for you to test it out? For you to, okay. So I will later after today's lesson, I will send you the PDF formats for you to do it. Well done. I love your essay, Mei. Very good. You are one of the very good, seriously, very good.
Can I ask a question?
Sorry?
I didn't even finish my essay, to be honest.
No. The situation writing pull you down a lot of marks. Okay. The format you do, I'm not sure whether your teacher give you the correct format to do your social situation writing, but it was not very good. But your essay was well done. You passed your editing, so overall your paper passed. But because of your situation writing, it pull you down very badly. Very badly, okay? Because there's no way you write one paragraph for situation writing, correct? You need to write a few paragraphs, but you are the only students who put in the format from dates and then the title. Okay, you are the only student so far, you are not mistaken. Most of the
How much do I get for my essay? Can I know?
Your essay got 38.5 upon 50, which is
A. 50.
No, that's how I mark. It's okay. If you pass me any paper that's different. I don't mark paper according to your school. I break down into 3 components: content, structure, and grammar. So it's 38.5 upon 50, if I'm not mistaken. Right? But your situation writing, you got it not very good, to be honest. Okay. So
Yeah,
sorry, we'll talk about it separately, okay? Don't mind. All right. But well, very, very touching and very interesting. Like I'm watching a drama because of the grandmother. Is it the grandmother, that one?
Yeah, why just
Stop it. Maybe don't do this type of thing. Don't be shy. You deserve to be praised. You must take the praise on. Okay? You deserve to be praised. You need to deserve to be praised. Okay? That's all. Okay? You must accept the praise and you really put in the effort. And 3 things to comments. Your handwriting is good. Your structure of English, some words I was taken aback. I'm sorry, Wang Kang and the rest, Raymond. I thought you would not use this kind of vocabulary, but was surprisingly that太激动了。because 如果你不是当场在那边写你的作文我不敢相信OK， 另眼相看，对不起不是狗眼看人低是另眼相看 ，and it was good
I think you 跟我讲 a little bit. I just.
No. I told you I don't overpraise people one. Guy praise you praise Okay, but very sad if your situation I think with the score a just pass, I think you can the whole paper can get A1. Well, very sad Okay, so let's go to the paper. Not paper. My homework now Hey, not this one I sent the wrong one. It's not working. Okay, let's talk about I just roughly looked through all the 4 of you except Mian, okay, the 4 of you that you're handing your SS homework Okay, there's few things I like to. I'm surprised at some of the questions that you all miss out and some of the questions you all did not do well. Okay, let's start with Raymond first. I don't mind Raymond. Okay,
yes.
Don't mind. Let's go through the paper first. So next week we can go through the details. Because I just looked through all your papers. Is it there's some questions you're not sure? Is it because of time management or is it because you are not sure of the skill?
Skills.
Okay, we are talking about SPQ skill, not the SRQ. Or the skill, which one is it? Wait, don't say first. Wait. I send the answer to this person first. Wait, don't say first. I think if I send the answer to this person, just keep quiet first. What skill is it?
Can I say no?
Yeah, you can.
I would say it's
Based on this
message.
picture here. Yeah.
For me, it's message.
Message. Okay. What did I say, Wang Kang?
Surprise.
Surprise skills. I found it is most of you but surprise skills. Seriously, I'm surprised. But don't know why surprise skill is not there. Okay. Next. So Raymond, you spend about 2 hours on the paper. So do you think you need more practice?
Definitely.
Definitely. How are you going to do the practice?
Oh, good question. So first, I need to complete the papers assigned by my teachers. And what I can do, right, is that I could.
Where you stay? Sorry, I forgot. Oh, Bishan, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, can. Carry on.
Yeah, actually, that's my point. I think I just need to practice more.
Yeah, but my dear, how are you going to practice? Do you have the
I do the past year
feeling of
papers given by my teachers in school.
Yeah, how to do?
What do you mean? I just sit down on a silent spot and then just let nobody disturb me, sit down for 1 hour 45 minutes and time myself.
Correct. This is what I want to hear. Correct, Raymond. Will you be able to do that now? For every single paper that you're going to set for O-level?
I can.
Can I got a lot of questions for you all to do. So if you tell me, I think I need to address this. Next round is that next week or so, I leave it to you. Whether are you able to travel all the way down to my my friends Yio Chu Kang Club to go through the paper with you? Okay, I leave it to you. Not compulsory. Or you want to do it over on the Zoom, or you want to, okay, 3 options. Okay, children, listen, leaders. One is a face-to-face, all of you come down, we go through the discussion, we share the details, everything, which I did for last year's students. Second option is to like what we are doing now, Zoom, we discuss. Okay. Third option is that you still can come to my face-to-face, you still can do on Zoom, or you still can do one-to-one. Okay, Gavin? One-to-one. That means, for example, Uncle Raymond, I feel like coming down to do extra. No charges. No charges. You only pay for the Sunday class only. Okay, no charges. No extra cost. Let me repeat. This recording, no extra cost. In fact, 我还请你吃东西嘞。你不要吃是你的事哦。Okay, no extra cost. I just want to sincerely help you to pass with not just pass, with good result. You realize my whole conversation, I never say A1 because it all depends on itself, 对吗 ？Right? 一份耕耘一份什么？
收获。
对，谢谢。I want to show my Chinese law, 可以吗？ Okay. So seriously, please share with your parents. I know got one student, Jia Ying, she stay in Lakeside, Lakeside and Chua Chu Kang. You know Lakeside 是 Boon Lay 那边travel all the way that day, to come for my exam. You also stay in Lakeside?
No, I stay in Pioneer.
Oh my goodness, seriously? Oh, freak, man, that is even super far. Jurong West, right? Jurong West, oh my goodness, wow, must 给他一个鼓掌，真的谢谢你。而且他很 stubborn Gavin, 他死都不要吃 ice cream， 不要吃那个 meal 嘞。我吃饱了，我不要吃，我吃饱了。其实他要减肥，OK， 他要减肥。Okay, this is what I want to share with you. I know maybe it might be very far. So the thing is that don't worry, I'll only arrange on weekend. Weekend for you. So Wang Kang and Jia Ying, I leave it to you. Please share because because I don't want to do it too late at night because 回家要平安嘛，对吧？好，Jia Ying, right? All right. So of course you can come here to ask me English, social study, A math, E math, physics, chemistry. You see, she laughed already. No. Social study, history, and English only. And the rest to ask. If you are doing literature, of course, you can ask me. Okay. So this is a free consultations for all of you. Only got 3 months to go only, ma. 对吗，Jia Ying? Right. All right, so let's go. Gavin, what do you think? I looked through your paper. What do you think that you did not do well enough? You hear that? I did not say do badly. Well enough.
Probably usefulness.
Okay. Usefulness, okay. How about you? Jiang. Miss Jiang.
I think it's the key points that I write in my answers. It's not enough to support the explanation.
My dear, refer to this.
The reliability, I think.
Reliability, okay, all this. Okay, one time I already give you the answer. My answer is surprise skills. So which one do you think for you?
Usefulness.
Usefulness, okay. So let's talk about surprise skills, then we talk about this, because you see, we are talking about surprise skills. Did you expect or did not expect? So what happened, I see, like, for example, give me an example about surprise skills and usefulness, okay, in real life, okay? Let's talk about, Raymond, you start first.
Oh, yes, to talk about surprise.
And usefulness. You use a real example. Okay, let me start. Do you know recently Russia got this Wagner's rebel or something?
Is it the secret, like the what?
Against against the Russian president? Are you
that one?
Yeah. Are you surprised that this the internal mutiny, 就是说造反against Putin? Are you surprised or not?
Okay, using the answering technique, I would say that at first I am surprised. Like the first paragraph, I would say I am surprised because the context and my contextual knowledge does not are dissimilar. This can be seen as in my contextual knowledge, in my limited contextual knowledge. I mean, actually,
yeah.
Okay. Let me change my viewpoint. In my limited context, I would say I'm not surprised for the first paragraph because my limited contextual knowledge has similar views as the source itself. So, as we all know, Russia's government, particularly Putin's government, is known for its aggressiveness, censorship, etc., all the undesirable stuff. So it is natural as his oppression by force has led to many Russian residents, the unsatisfaction of many local Russian residents, and of course, the buildup or say accumulation of these unsatisfaction may lead to civil strife or even higher level, like basically the overthrowing of the government, which is sort of happening right now, and which these ideas can also be seen from the source, where like basically the private mercenary group just started committing these acts of to demonstrate their unsatisfaction of Putin's rule. So given that my contextual knowledge and the source have similar views, I am not surprised by the source.
Okay, thank you. How about you, Gavin? Wait, please suggest. Are you surprised that this internal 造反 rebels against Putin? Are you surprised or not surprised?
I am initially surprised because I think because they got like paid to do the thing.
The what, sorry?
They got instructed to do to fight in Ukraine. So they should listen to their orders. But it's very surprising that they rebel because like the army teach them to be like loyal to their country or something they are fighting for.
But you see, you are a history student. If you are fighting for the country, you must know what is the cause of it, right? if you look at history, World War II, you know there are some general are against Hitler, right? And you also know some general against the Stalins or even the Japanese military or the Imperial Army. So not all the armies will support the cause to go for World War II. Right? All right. So okay, I just leave it that way. Okay. So what else? That's all?
Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Wang Kang?
I was also initially surprised because I always thought that actually no,
We are talking about political science now. Imagine now you're in the university and you're doing these subjects. So this is like maybe after 5-6 years later when you are now in university doing political science or social science or economics where this war may be over already, right? Or maybe still continue fighting. I'm not sure. I don't think it will last for 5-6 years so long. Maybe it will by then 1-2 years maybe end. Maybe. So now we are discussing this in your uni level. So what do you think? Wang Kang. Yeah, back to you, Wang Kang.
I think is both like surprising and like not surprising also. Because like the war has been going on for so long, maybe like people are like tired of it and they just want it to end. So it's not really surprising that like Russia's like own people will like go against their own country. But it's also surprising because I don't think many people expected this to happen. So yeah.
You're surprised you're surprised at that. What else? That's all?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Mian Mian,
Wow.
are you surprised or not surprised?
Oh.
About the Ukraine, Russia, where these Wagner's mutiny come in to want to kill Russian Mr. Putin?
Oh, I think I'm also like initially surprised because like because like at first I don't know the context, so like also like I'm surprised that like a war could take place like suddenly like that because like it's like very unexpected. But like later on like I find later on I find out like there's like Russia like attacking Ukraine like actually has their own reasons like they actually have their own reasons, so I wasn't so surprised like later on.
Okay, thank you. How about you? Last but not least, Jai?
I think I'm also the same because I'm surprised by the fact that the Russian wants to attack the Ukraine, but after knowing the reason, then it sounds like a bit more like towards understanding Russia, but like still having pity for Ukraine.
Anyone? You see, my question was asking, not because are you surprised that Russia attacked Ukraine? My question was asking, now the war is already in between halfway through already, not halfway, even already started for a few, I think 1 year plus already. My question was asking, were you surprised that their internal people, that means their own citizen, their own general, want to rebel against Putin? Are you surprised? It's not about, I'm surprised that Russia want to start the war with Ukraine. The other question is that, are you surprised that there is this group of people who want to 造反 against Putin and say, okay, I think you should not continue the war, you should put the stop war. I think you will start the war unnecessarily to cause more conflict, more suffering, and more chaos and crisis between both countries as well. Our soldiers die for no good reason. So this group of people, I would say, I in the first place, before the war started, Wang Kang, Mian Mian, and Galvin and Raymond, before the war started 1 year plus ago, when they are talking about, say, Russian want to attack Ukraine, all these things, I already not surprised that if the war were to start, definitely there'll be someone in the country will want to go against it. Okay, Gavin, now you understand what I mean? Gavin, why you take out your spec? Or more Hamson? Okay. So I'm not surprised because based on my historical knowledge, whoever wants to start a war, there will be some group of people, a group of organization will not support the war. Just like during the Vietnam War, if you go to study war later on, for Vietnam War, you know there's a lot of people also against the Vietnam War. So before the war can start, there already maybe a group of mutiny or against it. Oh, you say, oh my God, so Galvin is so fat and so cute. 不是我讲的啊，不是我讲你 fat and cute 啊。Okay, so you see, and I'm so surprised that I'm not surprised that that someone want to kill Putin or assassinate Putin because of this war. I'm also surprised that that if the war, sorry, one more time, I'm not surprised. That means I'm not surprised that people want to attack him, but I'm surprised that it takes such a long time to do this job. Maybe if they can start it before they can start the war, they do something. I'm surprised to see that it takes a long time and then finally there's a result. So this surprise question is very, very tricky. You have to see whether sometimes you might confuse yourself. So always, if possible, if you think that this question is surprise, talk surprise first, then talk not surprise. So like for me, it's like I'm surprised that the mutiny, the Vietnam mutiny is on the way to get rid of Putin. Why? Because this should be done earlier, not now. So it's not a surprise issue. So that's what I feel. Okay, back to you, all of you. I want you to pick up a real scenario about surprise and usefulness. So based on what I see, is it useful? Is it really true that this mutiny, Wagner mutiny by this internal, one of the general against Putin, is a reason why they want to prevent the war to escalate and to extend further? Okay, so let's start. Get one example. Think of one example. No need to be a war. It can be talking about e-cigarette. It can be talking about recently social media, that people are using social media for scam. You can talk about this CPF. You can talk about this what else? The increase of GST. You can talk about something to relate to social study if you can. Baby bonus. Or you can talk about recently they say Singapore is the #1 most expensive city in the world. Wow. Most expensive. So are you surprised or not surprised? Okay. And give me a minute. I go to the toilet for a while. Please think of this one. Okay, like this one you see. Surprise, did you, okay, can someone read this before I go to the restroom? Mimi, can you read to the class, please? Thank you. Surprise, yeah. Yeah.
Surprise, do you expect or did not expect someone to say something? Do I continue?
Yes, please.
It is when someone said something you did not expect, then you will be surprised. Example question, how surprised are you at what source F is saying about that? How far are you surprised by what the author is saying about? How far are you surprised by the comments made by something about something?
Yeah. So give me back 1 minute. I'll come back to you. Think of a questions related to surprise or a case. Okay, who wants to start first? Gavin?
I'll read the thing.
No. Give me an example talking about surprise and how useful it is.
Okay.
Must hopefully can relate to social study, like CPF, like GST voucher, like Pioneer Generation Card, like national service, you know, baby bonus, skill future.
How about the submarine?
Anything other, sorry?
The submarine.
The submarine. Okay, what can you do? Come.
I'm not sure. I don't really have anything.
Then cannot just laugh through. Must tell me something. Must think of one. Hey, don't forget, I think you're having oral right next month, right? So it's just practicing your oral skills, So okay, you cannot be just like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. Then good luck to you. Your oral already. So practice your oral skills. So get back to you. Wang Kang.
Can I say something that's like not essence related?
Sure, anything. Yes. Provided after you say already, I approve that okay, it's possible. Example?
For example, if like a student like does badly for exam, then it can be surprising because the student might have like studied a lot and prepared for it, and usually like the student's grades is very good, and he thought he would do well also. But then it can be not surprising if like the student doesn't usually study and always skip school or like don't do homework, then getting this result will not be surprising.
Thank you very much. Super good example. But can I add on to that? I've seen this a lot of time in my school before. Let me share with you. There's a very good example. First, we talk about students who do good grades. I'm not surprised that those students who study very well will pass with flying colors. Correct? That one not surprised. 所谓先苦后甜. But I'm surprised that students who do very well, last minute they fail. No. I'm surprised. Okay, for those people, like, listen, different. Jiaying, you understand what I'm saying? Okay, students who did well for exam, I'm not surprised they get good result. I'm not surprised because from all the past effort they done from Sec 1 to Sec 2, they always got Eagle Awards. Correct? Those are what Star Awards, all those awards are by the government. Right? Correct? Wang Kang, but I'm surprised they failed. A few reasons. Reason number one, on the day itself, the exam, the parents pass away. You tell me how to do well. Very hard. True now. On the day itself, the student got some illnesses. It happens before I see it with my own eyes. The car accident. Okay, and then he went for the exam and things like that. Or they got chicken pox. It happened before one of the friends. The child was supposed to take PSLE. They met with a very severe car accident. Was lying in the hospital. Correct. So Wang Kang, you get it, get it now. I'm also not surprised, okay, Wang Kang, that the student who did very well, the result no good because last minute or so, that few days or 1 week, 2 weeks before the exam, the parents say, 孩子啊，我要跟你爸爸离婚了。好啊，你们离啊，反正你们离更好，我不管你们怎么离最重要你们的财产要给我我管你怎么样离管你要跟谁我不关我的屁事最重要你们的 will 一定要放$1 million in my account, okay? You won't be like that, right, Gabby? 我看，除非他已经知道他父母亲都是这样的情形了。You know why I understand Wang Kang? Why I can say that? Because 我已经看过很多这些学生在我的 real life experience. So 这是我的亲身体验 my real life experience. So I'm not surprised and surprised also. Seriously. Last minute student can be last minute no 没有 electricity 来读书嘞，晚上，因为父母亲没有钱还水电费。Oh, so I'm not surprised. But for those students that you mentioned, that they don't study well, there's this thing 啊，妹妹，平时不烧香，不见了。平时不烧香。
临时放火脚。
对咯，对是吗？Burning midnight oil 啊，那个 not surprised， 他不讲话。But there are these Wang Kan who are surprised that people who don't study very well. I'm surprised. I'm not surprised that those who don't study fail. Their result no good. Okay, but I'm surprised those people who result no good suddenly want to be good. Yeah, something like that. I fit to be bad or anything. 平时不烧香，临时抱佛脚。I got these students who realized that after a while, his mom got breast cancer. Seriously. He used to play, wow, don't care. And finally, he's non-Chinese. One kind, just that's all. Non-Chinese. That was 2 years ago in my class. Non-Chinese. Then he realized he wake up and then he passed. He managed to go, I think, ITE. But the result was not very good in the first place. Okay, so thank you for sharing this. So that's why I say you must look at the source, the provenance, how useful it is, how good it is. So I bring up 2 situations. Okay, thank you. Wang Kang. Next, may I have Gavin? Gavin, now can you tell me already? Yes.
Okay, I try. Yes.
So, you try, you will cry. No try. Okay, you know my style, huh? I will do my best. Lisa.
Okay. So is it surprising that a professional skydiver did not bring his parachute?
Huh? You are surprised that the professional skydiver did not bring their parachute?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, why?
Yeah, I read about something that the professional skydiver in the 80s, because he wanted to film the other people skydiving with his camera. Then he focused too much on his camera. Then he forgot his parachute. So it's very surprising that he didn't check for his parachute, which is the most important thing in skydiving.
Yeah. Did he die?
Yeah.
He died?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good thing. Let us have 1 minute silence to pray for him. Okay, done. Carry on. Then, not surprised, eh?
Not surprised because he focused too much on the camera already. Like if you focus too much on certain thing, you will forget about the other things. So it's really not that surprising.
You see, they are cross-referencing the source already by focusing on the camera. Then to cross-referencing, I think his friend also a clown lah. When he jump, his friend say, "Hey bro, you forgot to take your parachute. Don't tell me you jump already. Hey bro, where's your parachute? Hey, thanks bro. Thanks Thanks I'm just running out and now you tell me my parachute is in the plane. Thanks 我跳出来，你再跟我讲我的 parachute 在飞机里面。Alright, cross-referencing. Okay, true. 哇，这个真的是 I think the friend will be forever remember this incident. Agree? Any more?
Yeah, no more.
Okay, thank you for giving this example. Jia Ying. Yes, what is your example? Are you talking? I can't hear you. Not yet, no? You're thinking, right? Okay. I'll leave you to think first. Mimi, can you give me an example about usefulness and surprise? Your own example.
Like the surprise would be.
你做梦，你的那个神跳进你身体啊！你要那个做那个什么，跳绳了。Come on, sit Bobby and tell me this. Hello, I can't hear you. No, you're mute. No.
I think for the surprise one will be like, for example, someone like behaves very abnormally on like one day. Like for example, that person is your friend, then suddenly like without any reason that the person like started like ghosting you or started like behaving like very weirdly. I think that would be like a surprising situation.
Why must you like that? Don't do that in your exam, no? If you do that in your exam, like that moving about, good luck to you. I told you already. You cannot sit still and answer like what Wang Kang and Gavin is doing. Good luck. Your example is still not very clear. Of course, you're not surprised when you're a person behave very weirdly and strangely and approaching you. True. I won't be surprised that if this stranger's walking towards me and it's like look like very drunken, I will avoid him. Okay, I will not be surprised that I want to avoid. Well, I'm surprised when he walk very drunken, but he can be very sober and talk to me. There's something like that. Raymond?
All right, so the surprise example I'm going to use is actually from the day when my social studies teacher decided to teach me how to do surprise type questions. So on the day itself, she actually said that
wait, she I'm a guy, there is a he or not me
no, the my school social study from MSHS. Yeah. So basically, okay, so on the day itself, she's okay. For context, right? Like the week she said so basically it was like a Friday, and technically the 3 days later, which is the next Monday of that week, is a public holiday. And on the Friday lesson, she basically mentioned that we will have to come back for another social studies lesson. And at that time I was actually very surprised. So I let out I was dumbfounded. So okay, so I'm gonna use the surprise format right now. So for the source right now, I am surprised by this source as the source claims that I will have to return to school on a Monday, which is a public school holiday. This is surprising because because students typically would not have to go back to school for extra lessons during public school holidays, and yet my social studies teacher still mentioned that I will have to come back. So, however, by cross-referencing with my other classmates, I am not surprised as my other classmates from other classes, because they mentioned that what the social studies teacher is trying to do is actually to introduce us on surprise type questions by using an example in real life. So by cross-referencing with this student, I am not surprised, as this may just be a teaching method that my social studies teacher want to implement in her lessons to make it more intriguing. Ultimately, I am not surprised by this source, as my social studies teacher is a responsible teacher and would responsible and interesting teacher that would always implement useful or say fun examples in real life to teach us how to teach us certain social studies questions. So in this example, it would be a case where she is actually using she is actually trying to bluff us on this case, where she will make us surprised when she mentioned that we will have to come back on a public school holiday. Later, she also confessed that it is actually just an example to teach us on surprise questions. So in conclusion, I am not surprised by this source.
Yeah, very well done. No? So you see, you got two examples already. One from Uncle Raymond, one from your teachers, right, Juna? So it shows that doing social studies actually improve your skills of all these inference, comparison skills of this. I think well done for Stella High's teachers. Well done. I got a couple of your juniors also inside the Zoom as well. As you know, Raymond, this teacher that you use the example is to see how many of you like yourself will go and ask your fellow schoolmates, not classmate. Classmate is inside your class. Schoolmate is people from other class. So they want to check whether you can cross-reference to your other class schoolmate. Or even, better still, whether you can ask your form teacher, hey, form teacher, my social studies teacher say Monday is a school holiday, must come back to do social studies. So your form teachers, oh, I'm not surprised. He always like to joke. She always like to joke. So I think maybe it's using a test. Then you also, okay, maybe you feel good. Then later you feel, no, I want to cross-reference check again with another form teachers. And then the form teachers, the other co-form teachers say, yeah, it's a school holiday. I think maybe your teachers made a mistake, something like that. So this is very important. When you do cross-referencing, it's so important that you need all these evidence and resources to make sure that when you do it, that you are convincing your audience. And true enough, your teachers have convinced you that, okay, I'm using this example. So like Wang Kang, you use the example by the student, correct? So you understand. Those will convince you, right? So now you can use this example, honestly, in your essay. Like what Mei Mei wrote the essay about the sympathy one. Okay, guys, if you really want to do the essay, that what Mei Mei did was very interesting. Okay, he was talking about one of the students stole the wallet, but everyone say no, you didn't. But later found out that she stole the wallet is because 她为了要帮她的奶奶还医药the medical bills, and things like that. So yeah, so what I want to say okay, back to Gavin. You're talking about the skydiver, right? Same thing. All right. So this will tell you something, especially for the guys who are going for national service. You know, rifle is the most important. Honestly, I tell you the true story. When I was in national service, we are supposed to dig trench digging. Trench digging is part of the warfare, right? When people come and attack you. So after dig already, very tired, from morning dig until at night, guys, you got rashes all your forearm. You walk like a bodybuilder, the arms cannot close up. So it was raining it started to rain already. So we started to cover because lightning in the forest, right? So after that, we head count, you know what happened? One of them buried the rifle inside. Well, I tell you, we count already, oh man, where's your rifle? Oh shit. The whole platoon have to start and find, the worst thing is, he thought the rifle buried in the same trench, right? But I don't know how he put the rifle to somewhere else. So he don't care. So end up when he dig the trench that he has, the rifle is not inside. Wow, I can tell you, we're going to start digging all over again. I don't know how deep was the trench. You see? So this is something to share. The surprise or not surprise, because that guy, Gavin, is really a blur swatong, blur octopus. A very blur, you go NS, you see some soldiers, or your platoon mates are so blur and really gullible and things. Good luck to you. You happen to have this kind of platoon mate, good luck to you. You will sabo you for the rest of the 3 months course. Trust me. Last but not least, Jai. Your turn. Maybe you can use your experience in New York and Singapore based on your personal experience. I like the Let's be fair, everyone share their own personal. My cough come back again, so sorry. Yes, Yang, you may start now.
When I traveled to New York City, I was surprised by the number of people that were sleeping by the streets.
Was what? Sorry, what was sleeping?
Sleeping by the streets.
Oh, sleeping by the street, New York City, sleeping by the street. I'm not surprised. Okay, never mind, Karen.
I mean, it's quite a number of them. It's not like Singapore, we don't really see them on the streets. Yeah.
Oh, you're surprised that New Yorkers or in the New York City, NYC, is so many people sleeping on the street. They want to get suntan. What's wrong? Suntan, this is a free country. They got these people got this wear underwear for one day to take MRT, you know. Seriously, I'm not kidding you. You know, right? Wear underwear, take MRT, freedom. Someone New York City got this Statue of Liberty ma. 你讲什么？李佳莹，你老套了，你 conservative 啦，你 backdated啊。No, just kidding carry on. Okay, why are you surprised the moment you landed in New York City and saw so many people sleeping on the street of New York City?
Because New York City is like a place where everyone in Asia would wish to visit, and then it's
everyone will what? Sorry, I beg your pardon.
Everyone in Asia would wish to visit, and then it's a place that is like of good impression, and we won't be thinking that there would be so many poor on the streets, and then like without a home. Yeah.
Well, so you are surprised, You're surprised, right? Okay. I think in the social study exam that the four of you did, there's this businessman talking about New York City, right? Comparing with Singapore, right? One of the sources, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so that is, I'm surprised to see so many poor people sleeping along the street of New York. So that is surprise. So how about not surprised? Oh.
I am not surprised by
You should say, I'm not surprised by looking at the buildings. Juna.
Okay, I'm not surprised by looking at the buildings.
Why? Why is not surprised by the building?
Because
oh my gosh, my God.
Because it is well maintained, and it is.
You should say, I'm not surprised to see the skyscraper in New York, so many, all mushrooming all over the place. Especially you go to the Wall Street. I think Wall Street is in New York City, right? The Wall Street. Correct me if I'm wrong. Or is it in California? I think it should be in New York City. Yeah. Is it in California, Wall Street?
I don't know.
Okay, so never mind. I also confused you. I'm not surprised to see New York to be so vibrant, correct now, at night, so beautiful. This is what I expected. I see from movie. I read the books. I watched the tour guide. I'm not surprised that New York City is not only vibrant, but they are very friendly. They are very nice people, and they are nice. A lot of good food and a big diversity, a big huge diversity. Because you can see the richest person living there, of course, the poorest people living there. So something like that. Thank you so much for your sharing. So this is what I mean. Okay, we're gonna. Sorry, Raymond, can you read to the class? We make an assertion. Thank you, Jaime.
Oh, make an assertion. Yes, the source is surprising, or no, the source is not surprising. Then make your inference as to why it is or is not surprising. The source is surprising or not surprising because issue question. Support. The source says that blah blah blah. Explain. This means that blah blah blah. Next, make a cross-reference. However, when I refer to source X, the above source is less or more surprising. Support with evidence by saying the source X says that blah blah blah. Explain your answer by saying this means that blah blah blah. Therefore, source X is more reliable, is proven, and can be trusted because it is supported by source X.
So I think Raymond answer your the holiday things, right? Support it. Also Wang Kang and Kelvin and Mian Mian as well as Jia Ying, right? So the thing is that can you read on to this one?
Then use provenance. High-level provenance, critical analysis of provenance, blah, blah.
Let's go.
What? Oh, wait, that's the same screen.
Am I moving?
No.
Number?
Wait, what I cannot see is my lagging problem. Let me check.
Are you able to see example since he's the minister?
No, I cannot.
Wang Kang, can you see? Can wait for Raymond. Raymond, are you okay to refresh now?
No, I cannot see for some reason.
No?
Wait, I cannot. Let me. Well,
Okay. Can see now?
oh wait, I still cannot. Let me. I cannot see.
What do you see on the screen?
Like, it's black screen.
Oh. I refresh already, no? How about now?
I think it's my problem. Let me rejoin.
Okay. Aiyo. 我咳嗽你也笑，他读书你也笑，这梳头发也笑，整天都是笑。姑娘请我笑笑。Ready, Raymond? Oh, Raymond cannot see you already. Can see now?
Hello. Yeah, now I can see.
Now you can see, huh? Okay, let's go.
Okay, example, since he is the minister from the Sri Lanka government, I am surprised that he is willing to say something negative towards his own army, Sri Lanka army. This shows that he is sincere in trying to find a peaceful end to the conflict. Due to his status as a minister of the Sri Lankan government, he should have supported the army but he did not. This is totally unexpected. He may have made the decision to support the Tamils in this matter because he was pressure from other countries to find a solution to the conflict fast. Thus, his actions may have been triggered by the UN and other involvement from other countries. Thus, I am very surprised by what he said. Take note, look at how other circumstances are forcing him to make a decision or to act in a way that he would not usually act. These pressures will make someone change his actions due to condemnation by other parties. That means that he may be forced by other parties, which may be stronger or more forceful, to act in a certain manner, or the person or author may do it due to save face.
So when you're doing the questions of this one, this question here, look at this picture. This one. Are you surprised or not surprised to see these pictures here? Oh my God, cough. Are you surprised or not surprised to see these pictures?
Honestly, I am not surprised.
Huh?
I am not surprised to see this.
But I'm also not surprised, but I'm surprised to see that if these are all the young people, that means we are talking about 10 over, maybe 15 years old to get 21. But if these people, this is cartoon, okay, never mind. But what happened in real life? If you see a real picture with all the children around your age, not children, I'm so sorry. Can I use the word adolescent now? From 13 years old to about 20 years old. They are holding the face card and showing all these things. Then I'm very surprised. That means they are living in this country, they're full of grievances, they're full of uncertainty, they are full of hatred, they are full of things that they are not satisfied with the government, they decided to make a change. But if there are old people showing that, maybe I'm also a bit surprised because they've been going through the transformations, but now with new transformation, they cannot accept it because they want to believe in the old ways, okay? So there's an example. So take notes of, excuse me, take notes of all those highlighted in flags. Oh, thank you. You're surprised I'm sick. Yeah, I've been sick for the past few days. but not that sick. But thank God, I think I did not swab, but I don't think I'm got COVID-19 because when I was doing duty last week, I think some of the officer maybe got sick. That's what I heard. I'm not sure. Is it because of the public? Okay, come. Can you take note of this one, please? Okay, he may have made a decision to support the government. Instead of Tamils, he changed to government. In this matter, because he was pressured from others party members to find a solution to the conflict first. So this one can be used, like for example, in globalization. This sentence, please write down, please. I like the word you use, trigger by. So write down this word. Use all this for your source space. So take note. So utility usefulness. Okay. Back to you. May I have who? Gavin?
Okay. Example question. How useful is the source in telling me that? How far is source D useful in? How far does source E help me understand? To what extent does source E help me to understand? Format. AISE plus CX plus PAMOSE.
Never mind, skip that one. Let's go for it. So you're going to talk about hidden agenda bias and sarcasm. Carry on.
Make an assertion. Yes, the source is useful. Or no, the source is not useful. Then make your inference as to why it is or is not useful. The source is useful / not useful because issue question. Support. The source says that. Explain. This means that. Next, make a CX cross-reference. However, when I refer to source, the above source is less or more useful. Support with evidence. Source says that. Explain or answer. This means.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Wait, hold on. So you see, just now when you are giving me your example, most of you are not all. Most of you are cross-referencing. Most of you say that, therefore, I support, I'm not surprised, I'm surprised. Okay, so you need to have more of this kind of practices, like reliability and not reliable, useful or not useful, reliable or not reliable, surprised or not surprised, trusted or not trusted. So whatever this kind of question comes up, you must cross-reference. You must check the provenance. You must cross-reference and give the example and quote. You must quote with example. The example, okay? Bring up the quotes and support it. If you don't use the example quote, good luck. Okay, Gavin?
The purpose of the source is that it is trying to convince / persuade Singaporeans that HDB has done well in improving racial harmony in Singapore, so that more people will continue to support HDB's activities and housing programs. The source says that.
So you quote that one, that's the meaning of quoting from there. I think this question also happened in your exam, okay, about something like that. Okay, Kira?
This means that thus the source is not reliable and therefore not useful.
I told you I love these magic words here. This. Okay, thus, hence, and therefore. These are the three magic words, very useful to use it. Okay, let's go back to these questions here about globalizations. So can you believe or not believe? And then can you trust or not trust? Okay. Mimi, are you ready? Huh? I really cannot read too much to my help me. We're going to read the answer to mine. By right, you're supposed by right, you're supposed to read the no, what am I talking? By right, you're supposed to answer the questions and send it as homework. So that Mother Earth, that one, you're supposed to hand in as homework. Oh my gosh. We'll skip this one here. So this is a question sample. Let me see. Okay, I think we go through the answer first. Okay, come, Mimian. Are you ready? No, I'm not. Can you identify the error? Can you identify the error in this answer? Come, let's go. Read to the class, please. Okay, why not I go straight to this one? Okay, go. Mimi, are you ready to read this one? Thank you.
Oh, I thought it's okay. No, I don't trust it. Society claims that globalization will bring about positive impact on society. This is evident from SC, which states that when Nike was established in Vietnam, it could afford scooters. This implies that globalization is indeed beneficial as it encourages the highest standard of living. Society has similar views and complements SD's view that globalization will bring about positive effects. As evident that globalization has uplifted hundreds of millions out of poverty.
Sorry. What's
However,
so funny?
Huh?
What's so funny? Why you laughing? Imagine this is oral, you laugh. That means your teacher saying that you're not serious, no? Because, okay, Ken, must control yourself, maybe please. Must control yourself. I know you are a very friendly, easy-go-lucky person, but when it comes to this, we have to be professional, don't mind. Okay, carry on.
However, Source A challenges Source D view that globalization will bring about positive impact. Since Source A depicts a scene of deforestation, this implies that globalization is detrimental to the environment, which is not beneficial.
Carry on, conclusion.
In conclusion, I don't trust Source D. Although it comes from a third party, it does not give a balanced view about globalization. Instead, it states only the positive outcomes and impacts. Hence, it is only one-sided and a tendency for it to be biased, making it unreliable. Hence, I do not trust it.
Thank you. So you see, no, I don't trust it. What is the it? Contradicts that VOCR. Okay, so you must go straight to the point. Number one, say that globalization will bring positive to Nike. When especially established in Vietnam, that could afford scooters. This implies that globalization indeed benefits. So it's benefit a higher standard of living. Now you tell me Source D has a similar view complement. So it's like, that's why you say, you see this, it's a bit contradicting what, however, Source A challenge B view that will bring about positive impact. So that's a positive impact, and yet they are saying don't trust. So why you see the cross-referencing is wrong with it. So when you choose your evidence and your quotes, you must be careful. So sometimes you might be correct, but if you use the wrong quote and use the choice of word wrongly, good luck to you. So the entire cross-referencing will be wrong. So be careful. When you choose, if you are taking the quotes that you're not sure, please don't take the quote. They say, I got no other choice. I'm not sure whether the other quote. Then you read again. Then you make sure you do the right thing. If not, that's it. If you use the wrong one, that's it. You have the whole thing 0 marks. Okay, remember the reliability checks questions are your usefulness or surprise. You must claim determine what you're checking. So this one, you check what is the cost, whether the source is yes or no. Okay, you claim what the source and check, do cross-referencing. Then you have to check your provenance, which is the source where it comes from. So these are triple C. You claim from the source to say yes or no, you're reliable, not reliable, surprise or not surprise. And then you check with cross-referencing with other sources. Then you have to have the CAP, critical assessment, to say that because it's a typicality, therefore I don't trust it. Let's do this one, come. Wang Kang?
Yes, I trust Source D in saying that globalization has positive impact as evident in the source. There are examples of improved lives of Vietnamese who worked in transnational corporations, such as higher pay. The average pay is $54 a month, almost 3 times the minimum wage for state-owned enterprises. And they had a better standard of living as the workers had better means of transportation to go to work with. The evidence from sources is they could afford scooters, they can afford to buy cars. Another evidence of improved lives includes the provision of training and education.
Not necessary, but sometimes you need to have two codes. If you think one code is enough, using the first one here, it's good enough. But of course, if you want to add another one evidence to support, fine. But what happened if you use the second evidence that is wrong? But sometimes maybe the first evidence is wrong and the second may be support. So I leave it to you. But usually one code is pretty enough because sometimes you might need this code for another questions, okay? Carry on, Wang Kang.
Yes, I trust Source D as it is reliable and its claim of positive impact of globalization. This can be supported by cross-referencing to Source B, which states globalization has lifted hundreds of millions out of poverty. This points to the benefits of globalization.
Okay, so you don't need, sometimes please, for goodness sake, don't copy until the codes are too long. You see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 words, really enough. No need to write until so long. You know, just this. Of course, you must tell yourself how long supposed to it be. Supposed to be long enough or supposed to be a few words? Well, based on the description, and of course, it based also when you where to cut. If you cut wrongly on the wrong words, then it doesn't make sense. But so this is where I meant you must be very careful and alert when you are getting your quotations. Make sure your quotations, when you put it inside, it makes sense, just like this one here. Carry on, please, Wang Kang.
No, I do not.
Hold on. Yes, please carry on.
No, I do not trust Source D as evidence of the positive impact of globalization because of biasness detected. From the content, the source was mostly one-sided, and all are positive examples only. Source D claims that there were higher wages. The average pay is $54 a month, almost 3 times the minimum wage for state-owned enterprises. Greater wealth to buy more consumer goods is evident from Source D. They could afford scooters, they can afford to buy cars, and provision for training and education for the Nike factory workers.
Okay, so sometimes if it's too long, you can use this one, ... here, this one here, then ... here, and then continue. So no need to waste time writing too much. So this is the gist of it. Okay, which is pretty long, right? You see? So if you were to copy the whole chunk, maybe the whole entire source, they will be pretty long. So copy, it's okay to put like that. But some students say unsure, unsafe because it's exam. So I just want to play safe. Never mind, I could copy the whole thing. It's okay. Because sometimes when you copy, you might take out 1 or 2, maybe 1 minute of your time to write a few words, or 30 seconds. Then 30 seconds, maybe you can start to write something on another reason. Okay. So sorry, Wang Kang, can you help me to read the rest first? Don't mind, thanks.
No, I do not trust Source D as it is not reliable. It's evidence of the impact of globalization because Source D only deals with the positive aspect of globalization and ignores the negative aspects. First, refer to Source A. The cartoonist is highlighting the negative impact of globalization by showing the detrimental impact of globalization of the environment. This can be seen from Source A, which shows the natural habitat of animals being destroyed by the bulldozer due to globalization. Therefore, Source D is refuted by Source A, and it makes Source D unreliable.
Okay, so get used to a pattern to write like that. This is a very modern answer. You can see it from here. So they say a picture speaks 1,000 words. So from the picture, you have to change to really many words. So this is to show the natural habitats of all the small animals running for their life while the bulldozer is moving towards them. Also can say it this way, nothing wrong. Okay? Because they are really small animals. Okay, a very docile animals here. All right. So magic word therefore again here. Okay, next one. One come. Two more slides.
Yes, according to the provenance, it comes from an author who had written a book on globalization and who would have done research on a topic on globalization. The article itself is titled The Novel Feat of Nike, which means it is deliberately looking for evidence of the positive impact of Nike's employment of the local Vietnamese. The title is self-explanatory about its intention.
Because this one, sometimes I will say that it's a typicality. It's only one person who say that. Even though, yes, he wrote this book, even though he say the noble feat of Nike, even though he really create a lot of job opportunity. Yes, it's true they live out thousands of people from poverty. Yes, it's true that they make Vietnam to improve the GDP. Yes, it improved the life standard of living of the Vietnamese. But then there is a tremendous effect. The other effect is that the deforestations. They create maybe another pollutions. They create another way of industrial revolution. They create another wave of unnecessary destroying of certain parts of the environment. Recently, my friend went to Cambodia. He took a few pictures. In fact, last Friday, he showed me a few pictures about those people who are in the slum, poor thing, living in the kind of very rundown areas. I can't show you the picture because I have to start my WhatsApp and all the things. Are you in the group chat now? All of you in the group chat, right? Can I send this to you? Please take a look. I sent only this picture. This picture. Give me a minute.
Can you look?
What is it?
The chat now.
The chat is inside. What? What you want? Who is that? It's not in the chat, man. Did we create the chat group, Raymond? We create,
yes, of course.
we have a chat. Can you just send something to me in the chat group now?
Yeah, I just sent.
Thank you. All right, good. Give me a minute. I send this picture to you. That'll be faster. Okay. I don't see your. How come I didn't see your name there? You get it now? You all get it? You got it from your WhatsApp? Yes, Raymond? You see your WhatsApp?
Yeah, you sent 2 pictures.
Yeah. So my friend now is in Cambodia helping this. So you tell me, he's building this animal farms as well to do some toilet. You see the second picture, there's some water, body of water, the house there. Jiang, you看到吗? He told me 2 years ago during COVID, this baby was sleeping on top of this and then suddenly it pop, dropped inside the water. This morning, the mom wake up, can't find the baby and found the baby floating in the water. Die lah, of course lah. Then what? Do backstroke Rock star. 死掉咯，才2岁I think 2岁 middle of night. Poor thing So tell me, this is something like that, Raymond, Vietnam also something like that because of that. So is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing to have transformation to give them a better life or not? Gavin, do you agree? Are you surprised or not surprised? Do you think it should do something? Because the negative effect is I'm going to destroy all these things, correct not? To build a better house for them. So it's correct. I'm not going to let them live. By the way, your uncle used to, when you're young, I used to live in this kind of places in Malaysia like that. Okay. I'm sharing with you. So Wang Kang, Jia Ying, and Mian Mian. Can we imagine girl at night go toilet and bathe and all these things? How? Safe or not? Safe, okay, then you go long, Mian Mian, you go long. You swim halfway, you see the crocodile sit beside you, or a python, or a scorpion, or centipede, you know, you never know, or some wild animals. Jia Ying, sorry, Wang Kang, can you continue the last slide, right? This one's read already now. Oh yeah, read already. Last one.
No, according to the provenance, Johann Norberg is an author who has written articles on the positive aspects of globalization. Thus, his research work is only on the positive aspects of globalization, as he is a pro-globalization, as evident from the title of his article and book. His pro-globalization stand is definitely opposed to the views of anti-globalization groups.
Nah, you see, Wang Kang? Just like, I think you will remember for the rest of life about the surprise and not surprise. A group of students who study very well, correct? And a group of students who don't study very well, right? True. So there's always two sides of the coin. So if you can really detect these type of things, you can do lawyer already, seriously. To say that, Wang Kang, Jia Ying, all of you listen. 黑白不分明啊 ，you know， 有些律师啊，为了赚那种不应得的钱哦，他们会，你懂我意思吧？昧着良心讲瞎话 ，OK？ We have one, okay, this one, have you all done already now, children? These two questions about terrorism. Yavin, no, Mian Mian, can you help me to read extract 1 and 2, please?
A total of 9,502 scams were reported in 2019, compared to 6,189 cases the previous year. Police said that scams on digital platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Shopee, and Lazada went up, although Carousel saw a decrease.
Thank you. So this is talking about scamming, part of it. Okay. Now my paragraph 2 and 3, may I have Jia Ying? Our dear friend is busy doing his math. Later I'm going to help her in math.
The Singapore government actively engages in counter-terrorism cooperation and efforts at the local, regional, and international levels. In Singapore, the terrorism threat stems primarily from
radicalized
individuals who are influenced by violent extremist materials online. As such, it is important that community remain
vigilant. Sorry, I'm not shouting at you, sorry. Because I want to cough, then suddenly. Sorry, vigilant. It's pronounced as vigilant, sorry.
Vigilant to signs that someone around us may have become
radicalized. Radicalized 就是把它脱胎换骨，改变、洗脑 ，okay, change into another person. Jia, can you read the question for me, please? Thanks.
In Singapore, not really.
Yeah.
Extract 1 shows that scams are on the rise. In your own opinion, suggest what can be done to fight against scams. Explain your answer using 2 ways. Extract 2 and 3 highlights the role of government and the community in the fight against transnational terrorism. Do you think the government has a more important role than the community in the fight against transnational terrorism? Explain your answer.
Transnational terrorism is on the rise. In fact, every now and then, we have to keep our alert on the toe and make sure that we have to prevent this terrorism to attack on the soil in Singapore. Okay, let's talk about number 6. Can you give me 1 or 2 examples how to fight against scam? Gavin, you start from you first. Let's do question number 6.
Okay. I think one way to fight against scams is public education.
Okay, write down. Everyone write down, public education. That means create awareness. Write down. Hey, this question I told you, right, may come out in your O-level exam, no? I'm spotting this question most likely, hopefully. I think I spot this, right? Let me check. Okay, 203. I predict diversity and Gavin, this one, cyber security, correct? So I spot this, I remember I spot this. So it's not SRQ, I spot it as SBQ. What else? One more, Gavin.
Introduce like scam prevention apps like Scam Shield.
Okay, write down Scam Shield. Well done. See the person go very nice. Completely. Raymond.
Wait, what?
Number 6, question number 6.
Oh wait. Extract 1 shows that scams are on the rise.
In your opinion, 2 examples how to fight against this scam. Gavin saying public awareness through education to the school. Second
I believe
to download
that
the Scam Shield.
First of all, I believe that the government different government authorities could develop an app together with some technological companies such as the scam prevention apps and encourage all its citizens to install the application, so that whenever a scam they identify a scam message or a scam call, the application will hop up and then say that and warn them it's a scam. It's highly likely to be a scam call, and will help to fight against scams. And this can be helpful for the majority of the population. Yeah. And then another way.
Sorry, please write down the first point. The first point is public awareness through getting public to download application that is to safeguard their handphones. Okay.
Yeah, and then the next one is that we can do through the Ministry of Education specifically. It could implement more lessons in schools to help students who are the younger generations, who are actually quite scam prone, to be wary of scams and basically raise awareness. Because young people today are also frequently victims of scams. So by implementing more education, it effectively reduces the scam cases, as the youth are now more aware of these situations, and now are less likely to fall as victims to scams.
Prevent victims from falling scam by regular updates of the software. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, Wang Kang. You saw my message, I cannot take it. No wonder I cough so much, Wang Kang. Oh, yeah. Too bad. Okay. Back to you, Mei Mei. What are the 2 points that you think can fight against scam? Beside handsome and gorgeous.
Or maybe or maybe like just be more careful when you go on like apps online. And maybe like install the app so that when you get scammed, you'll be notified immediately, then you can like solve the problem.
Okay, fair enough. That's point number one. Point number two. Two ma. Correct, explain your two ways. Wow.
Yeah, I say already what. The second one is like to like be more aware when you go on online websites, so like you don't get scammed easily.
So what is the first way?
The first way is to install the app.
Install the app and be alert. Okay, thank you. Jai.
Government posting educational videos.
Poster. Did you say poster?
So I say government post educational.
Oh, sorry.
Post educational videos to educate on Singaporeans how to fight against scams, the ways like how Singaporeans should protect themselves by and then the second way is having posters being sent to each and everybody's household.
Thank you. Oh, give pamphlet booklets. Okay, that's good idea. That's what we are police are doing that. Sometimes we stand at the MRT there to help those domestic worker, the foreign worker and domestic workers about don't anyhow believe in those money lendings, SMS. How about last but not least, Wangka?
The police force, like the scam prevention center, can like release like monthly reports of the top 3 to 5 like types of scams that people fall for like in this month, so that people look out should be more careful of the scams for the next month. And then the second way is telling like educating people to like not download apps from links, but download it from the App Store and Google Play, which is the most safest way to download apps.
Wow, I forgot. You remind me of write down. Police scam root show. Write down, please. Police scam root show. That's what we all police are doing that. Thanks. We also go around, do also in the Facebook. Police also got one Facebook. If I can send to you. My colleagues will go in to talk about the latest scam, the latest software, which is good. Now, sometimes you all got time, go in and take a look. They tell you recently got one guys, they download these third-party apps. And overnight he lost about 20 of 200 over 1,000, I'm not sure, including the saving and plus the CPF money. That's a lot. No? Even it's 20,000, it's also a lot. Or 2,000 or $200 is still a lot. Imagine you can scam everyone $200. 100% you can earn how much you do. You can get back so much. So yeah, so thanks Wang Kang. There are police road shows to create awareness, and also the social media through the police prevention crime against scam. Someone say I'm very handsome and gorgeous. That's why I'm coughing so much. Yeah. And this is question number 6. What kind of scam have taken place? Why have Singaporeans been scammed? Because they find that Singaporeans are very gullible, naive, and want to have everything free. So they take advantage of us, thinking that if it's free, that means there's no there's no free lunch in this world. Okay, who are vulnerable? People who are seniors, who just got their CPF money, they will just say, 55 years old, do you know how to earn more money? I've seen this every time in Facebook. What measure can you help Singaporeans to detect and prevent avoid being scammed? Who would implement this measure? As one, I think all of you has talk about it. How can the measure be implemented? I think you also talk about it. How does the measure make it difficult for scammer to take place? This one you did not talk more of it. So there's this what they call this OTP and 2FT, right? 2FA, what FA stand for what? The authentication method, right? So I hope you can submit this homework if you can, write down in your own point form. The next question, number 7, because I'm going to close this sources already. I mean these questions, this SRQ question already. So question number 7, do you think the government, so what is a transnational? First, you have to understand what is transnational means across different countries, the boundaries. Okay, what is the nature of transnational? There because they want to sabotage the governments or they are anti of the government's policy? Or is it because that particular country, the governments are being racist against certain race, like France, for example, right? You know about the assimilations, right? They don't allow these Muslims to practice their religions or openly or publicly or in certain areas. They cannot wear their hijab or tulung or whatever it is. So how do they operate? They operate in terms of using through scam, also through different modes, like example, to like selling illegal products, and also ask you to transfer money and say that if you help me to transfer this money, I'll give you certain commissions. 天下没有白吃的午餐, please don't be so gullible. If you see your grandparents having all these things, this first thing report to the police. Everything's through SMS and email. Recently I got this bank call me out and say, Mr. Raymond, do you want to have this saving plan? The number looks okay. The lady speaks not like Indian's accent or Chinese accent or Vietnamese accent or foreigner accent. Very typical Singaporean Chinese, like Wang Kang, Jia Ying, and Mei Mian like that. They say, how do I know that you are the real DBS staff who asked me to do saving plan? Correct now, Wang Kang, right? How do I know? Gavin, correct now? Oh, Jia Ying. Oh yeah, I agree. I know there's a lot of scam. You know what I say? Why not we meet up in one of the DBS bank, inside the DBS bank? Actually, I asked, okay, I also can meet you, Wang Kang, inside DBS bank. I say, Raymond, Raymond, I can be wearing this DBS, not DBS, normal clothes, and then I put a name tag that represents DBS. I can make one, I can fabricate one name tag, and then just stand there at the entrance. Correct now? True now. I can go in, but you see, but the moment you go into the bank, there's a lot of CCTV. The next moment you go into the bank, you can check the authenticity. Mr. Raymond, is one of your colleagues or your staff working in this bank, correct now? Then of course they will prove everything. So yes, so that's why I say. So how can a government and community respond and prevent, protect against transnationalism? So you have to decide, right? I say one of them to prevent transnationalism is through the ICA. Right now, Immigration Communication Authority, ICA, is the way that you can detect and filter it. Hopefully, that is the first line of defense, first line of protection, first line of a hot eye checking to make sure that these are not people coming into the Singapore territory to destroy the peace and harmony of the diversity of this country. At the same time, of course, we work with international people. Oh, you know about this Joycelyn Chia, is it? You know, the one who says Singapore and Malaysia, Malaysia, all this and that guy. I think now the Malaysian Interpol and want to go and talk to the US police side there to make sure that they can get this person back to 就地正法. Okay, for what she has said. So yeah, this is where we work with different organizations in different countries. So sometimes you see why a few years ago there are these couple scams. Was it last year? To scam a lot of money from Singapore and other parts, ran away to other Thailand, and we managed to nab them and bring back to Singapore, and justice is served through the help of other police departments or police forces in their respective countries. So this is very important. When you grow older, you'll know okay, these are the things that you have to watch some of the movies, some of the shows that you know that different parts of the country, the police work differently. But in order to bring justice and be fair, because you never know, maybe my citizens here in Singapore are affected, so I need your help from other countries. In the future, maybe that country citizen was being affected because some of my Singaporeans also cheated their money, so also be fair. Okay. So this is I go back to the question again. So this is 3 questions here. That's for the SVQ. I hope you all can do okay, can do these questions. All right. The SVQ, next round I'll show you the SVQ. This is the exam questions for my previous students. I think last year. The last year questions. Okay. So next week, I will mark through your paper this few days, confirm. I will WhatsApp you and send to you. Okay, so Mian, you will receive the paper. Later, I will send it to you, Mian, soon. Hopefully, you can do it and submit on time so I can mark your paper. So next Sunday, I'll go through your paper and of course, with other things as well. Okay. Sorry. Tomorrow is the first day of